The cameras flashed. The crowd froze. And just like that, Hollywood had a new obsession.
Only this time it wasn't a movie star.
No, it was a royal. It is Thursday, February 19, 2026. The location is a grim police station in Norfolk.
Right.
The world is watching as a 66-year-old man who was once the Queen's favorite son is slumped in the back of a vehicle.
On his birthday of all days.
Exactly on his birthday. Andrew Mountbatten-Windsor sits in police custody. But the real shockwave hitting the world right now isn't just about him.
It's about his daughters.
Yes. The headline everywhere right now is King Charles just banished the York sisters.
And that is exactly what we are getting into today. Welcome to StarScope Report.
Join Jordan and Jamie as we uncover Hollywood drama, music industry shakeups, and viral influencer scandals.
From red carpet surprises to massive social media controversies, we dive deep into the stories behind the fame.
And this one is, this is historic. It really is. So in this deep dive, our mission is to unpack a massive stack of sources. We've got police reports from the arrest, newly unsealed Department of Justice files, and insider briefings from Buckingham Palace.
All pointing to how this arrest has forced Beatrice and Eugenie into this brutal fight for survival.
Right. They are trapped between a king who wants to protect them and a future king who might just want them gone.
Okay, so let's start with the arrest itself, because the visuals alone are wild.
Right, the birthday arrest. So February 19, 2026. Andrew was held for 11 hours on suspicion of misconduct in public office and breach of official secrets.
And just to clarify, based on the reports we're looking at, this is specifically related to his time as a trade envoy, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
It's not directly the Epstein crimes, but the timing is highly suspicious. But just focus on that for a second. 11 hours in custody.
It's insane. For a member of the British royal family, that feels completely unprecedented.
What basically is. Do you know the last time a royal was formally arrested like this?
Oh, I saw this in the notes, and I genuinely had to read it twice. It was the 1600s.
1649, King Charles III.
The one who literally lost his head.
That's the one. So for nearly 400 years, the royals have had this veil of immunity. The police just did not arrest them.
Right. There was always this gentleman's agreement to handle things behind closed doors.
Exactly. But seeing Andrew hauled into a station, having his fingerprints taken, it just shatters the mystique completely.
It absolutely destroys the never complain, never explain rule. You can't just say no comment to an arrest warrant.
No, you really can't. And the immediate fallout is brutal. He's been stripped of titles, and he's officially facing eviction from the Royal Lodge.
Wait, he's actually getting kicked out? He's been fighting that for years?
Yeah, he's being moved to Marsh Farm, which is a much smaller property on the estate. The optics of a disgraced prince living in a 30-room mansion were just impossible to defend anymore.
Marsh Farm. I mean, it sounds like a punishment from a fairy tale. What about Sarah Ferguson?
The Duchess of York. She's right in the middle of this. Reports say she was hiding out at a clinic in Zurich that cost £13,000 a day.
Wow.
Yeah, but she's back in the UK now, and supposedly in constant tears. The whole family infrastructure has just collapsed.
Okay, so the parents are in free fall. But the part that really gets me is the daughters. For years, the public narrative has been so sympathetic to Beatrice and Eugenie.
Right, the innocent bystanders dealing with their toxic parents.
But these new DOJ files that just dropped, they completely blow up that narrative.
And that's not even the wildest part. The emails in these files have the sisters absolutely mortified. We're going to get into those shocking emails next.
Yeah, because if you think the arrest was bad, the Epstein files are just stomach-turning.
So looking at these unsealed documents, the big revelation is Sarah Ferguson's relationship with Epstein after his first conviction.
Right, because everyone knew Andrew was close to him, but this shows Sarah was too.
Exactly. We're reporting what's in these official DOJ files, and they outline a lunch in Miami in 2009.
This is the part that is just, it's so hard to comprehend as a parent.
Right, so Epstein had been out of prison for exactly 5 days.
5 days.
5 days. And Sarah Ferguson takes Beatrice, who was 20 at the time, and Eugenie, who was 19, to have a sit-down lunch with them.
You take your teenage daughters to lunch with a man who was just released for soliciting minors.
It's unbelievable. It suggests a level of moral bankruptcy that is just staggering. But then there's the email.
Oh, the email. This is the smoking gun.
Right. So in this stack of files, there's an email from Sarah Ferguson to Epstein where she casually mentions Eugenie's private life.
She literally refers to her teenage daughter going on a shagging vacation in an email to Jeffrey Epstein.
It is grotesque. According to the sources, the sisters are mortified and appalled. They are reportedly doubting everything their father ever told them about their childhood holidays and where their money came from.
It's like finding out your entire upbringing was funded by, or at least adjacent to, this horrible, dark reality. They thought they were just on nice family vacations.
Yeah, and now they realize they were essentially used as social shields for their parents. And this has triggered a massive split in how the two sisters are handling the crisis.
Right, because there used to be this unbreakable package deal.
Always together in those wild hats at weddings.
Exactly. But sources are saying they held emergency crisis talks over the weekend, and they are taking completely different paths now.
Let's start with Eugenie. Her approach is being called the Brooklyn Beckham strategy.
Meaning she's cutting them off completely.
Total, no contact. She is reportedly furious that Andrew won't apologize to the victims. And you have to remember, her career is on the line here.
Right. She co-founded the Anti-Slavery Collective,
Which supports trafficking victims. You cannot be the face of an anti-trafficking charity while defending parents who took you to lunch with Jeffrey Epstein.
The irony is just terrible. It invalidates her entire professional identity, so she had to make a choice.
And she chose to cut ties. Interestingly, reports say she has formed an alliance with Prince William.
Which is incredibly strategic. William is the future. If you want to survive, you align with the heir.
Right, but Beatrice is taking a different route. She's the older sister, and her strategy is described as walking a fine line.
She's conflicted. She knows he's guilty of terrible judgment, but she's worried about his mental health.
Exactly, the stiff upper lip mentality.
Yeah.
She was actually seen horse riding with him recently, bringing her daughter Sienna along.
But seeing her with him, doesn't that just drag her brand down too? Every photo of them together reminds everyone of the scandal.
It absolutely does, and it has real financial consequences. Beatrice's husband, Eduardo Mapelli Mazzi, is a property developer, and reports say he's already losing business deals over this.
Because of the toxic proximity to the York name?
Yeah, he reportedly lost a massive Royal Lodge redevelopment project.
Yeah.
The York brand is just radioactive now.
If you're loving these crazy twists and Hollywood-level royal scandals, make sure you're subscribed. We've got even crazier stories ahead, and you don't want to miss them.
You really don't, because the sisters are fighting for their lives, and the royal family itself is totally divided on what to do with them.
Right, we have this intergenerational conflict playing out right now between King Charles and Prince William.
It's a classic good cop, bad cop situation. According to the briefings, King Charles has high affection for his nieces.
He's made it clear they are not on trial and that they are blameless.
Right, he invited them to the Buckingham Palace Christmas lunch. They were photographed walking to church at Sandringham, hugging the king.
It's a very public message of protection. He's saying you are safe under my roof.
But there is also a practical reason for this.
Yeah.
The experts are calling it the Plan B theory.
Because the monarchy is just too slimmed down right now.
Exactly. Charles is battling cancer, Kate has a reduced workload, Harry and Meghan are gone, and obviously Andrew is out. They have an empty bench.
They need people to cut the ribbons and shake the hands, so Charles wants to bring Beatrice and Eugenie off the bench for unofficial duties.
Like Beatrice doing the Elephant Family Gala, or Eugenie at garden parties. But then you have the William problem.
Prince William is described in these reports as absolutely ruthless when it comes to reputational risks.
Right. He is looking at the long-term survival of the institution. And sources say when he becomes King William V, he plans to strip non-working royals of their HRH titles.
Or Royal Highness. If he strips that and their princely status, they basically become civilians.
Can he really just do that?
Yeah, he can issue what's called letters patent. It's a legal instrument. He can just rewrite the rules on who gets to be a prince or princess.
So his logic is, every time they step out, the press brings up Andrew. He wants a clean, controversy-free brand for the monarchy.
And that's not even the saddest part. Look at how Harry and Meghan are handling this.
Oh, the Sussex snub. This is wild. You would think Harry and Meghan, of all people, would be sympathetic to royals getting pushed out.
Right. You'd think they'd welcome them to the outcast club. But reports say calls from the York sisters are literally going to voicemail.
They are completely ghosting them.
Because Harry and Meghan are building this American lifestyle brand right, they cannot afford to have the Andrew sleaze anywhere near them.
It's fascinating. The people who quit the monarchy think the Yorks are too toxic to associate with.
It leaves the sisters completely isolated. The king is protecting them for now, but William and Harry both see them as a liability.
Which brings us to their massive rebrand. They are fighting to prove they can be working women independent of the crown before William takes the throne.
Beatrice launched Purpose Economy Intelligence Ltd., focusing on tech and AI.
And Eugenie is a director at Hauser and Wirth, a major art gallery. They are trying desperately to build resumes that don't rely on their titles.
But even that is backfiring. There are calls for Eugenie to step down from her charity because donors don't want the Epstein Association.
It's the ultimate trap. They didn't commit the crimes, but the monarchy is all about symbolism. And right now, the York symbol is ruined.
Do you think they'll have to drop the York name completely?
If William strips their titles, they might just become Beatrice Mapelli-Mozzi and Eugenie Brooksbank. No royal titles, no York connection.
Just private citizens.
Exactly. But stay tuned and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss what's coming next. Because if William issues those letters patent, we will be covering the fallout right here.
It's a crazy story of legacy. Inheriting the castle also means inheriting the mess.
It really does. Andrew is exiled. Sarah is breaking down, and the sisters are running out of time before William takes charge.
It leaves you wondering, though,
What's that?
if William really does strip their titles and they become entirely private citizens, does that legally open them up to being subpoenaed or sued without the royal shield?
Wow.
Right, like turning their whole independent rebrand into an absolute legal nightmare down the line.
That is a terrifying thought for them to deal with next. You've been listening to StarScope Report, where Jordan and Jamie uncover the stories shaping Hollywood music and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in.
And don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.